And what's your position here?
I'm Director of Operations.
Okay. Oh, you're the big dog.
Not the
Director
big
of
dog.
Operations.
Not-
Thank you for coming. We really appreciate
Yeah,
you
no
taking the
problem.
time to meet with us. We're out here, various organizations, and we are registered Democrats. I'm a Democratic elected official. We're Democrats for life. You know, we've been around for 20 years supporting you and what you do, and we're just looking for support from you guys. And I know you're not the final decision maker. I know you're not the one that, you know, is going to move any mountains today. However, this for us moves a mountain by us giving you this information if we can.
Oh, yeah.
So we, in March, we requested a meeting with the chairman,
Okay.
and it took probably, 4 or 5 emails, phone calls, and trying to get through. I eventually did meet with the deputy director, Lau, via Zoom, and expressed that we have elected officials from all over the country who would like to meet with the chairman to let him know how the abortion issue is affecting them. This position by the DNC is affecting them in their districts. And we've done this with every single chairman since I've been in this job. So we've met with McCullough, Kane, we've met with Dean, we met with Perez, and this is the first time that we've been shunned and a refusal. So ever since I had that one meeting, there's been nothing. I keep calling and emailing, and there's been no response. So I don't really think that's the way that he wants to treat, I'm representing elected officials and representing pro-life Democrats. There's 21 million around the country. We just want to have a chance to sit down and talk with him and tell him what's happening in the rest of the country and with pro-life Democrats who want to run for office, who want to be involved in the party.
And help our party continue to grow and build and succeed so we're not taking L's. That's what we're looking for.
Okay, great. I'll be sure to get this to him and his team, and thank you all for being out here. And
Thank you.
Stay warm.
We appreciate you coming down. Thank you so much.
We need representation in the DNC.
Abortion extremism must end! Abortion extremism must end! Abortion extremism must end! Abortion extremism must end! We want a pro-life Dem! 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 Abortion extremism must end! Abortion extremism must end! Abortion extremism must end! Abortion extremism must end! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Dismemberment has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Dismemberment has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Dismemberment has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Dismemberment has got to go! Equality, non-violence, and non-discrimination! Equality, non-violence, and non-discrimination! Equality, non-violence, and non-discrimination! Equality, non-violence, and non-discrimination! Abortion extremism must end! 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 We want a pro-life Dem! 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 Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Dismemberment has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Dismemberment has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Dismemberment has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Dismemberment has got to go!
In March, I sent a letter to the DNC chairman congratulating him on his appointment as the DNC chair. We had great hope because he's from South Carolina and it's a very pro-life state. So we thought that he would be open to talking to us and learning about pro-life Democrats in the party. You know what the answer was? Nothing. No response. Boo! So we tried several more times. I spoke with the Deputy Director, Richard Lau, and said we would like to meet with the DNC chair. We have elected pro-life Democrats all around the country. Pro-life Democrats who are elected to office, who are represented by who represent the DNC out in Middle America, in Louisiana and Michigan, all over the country. And still the answer was no, they will not meet. So we are here today to say that we demand to be heard, we demand that he meets with us, and we have a list of demands that we want him to implement at the DNC. So I'm just going to go over 3 of them, and then John's going to cover the other 4. But these are very, very incremental steps to provide inclusive environment for pro-life Democrats. We are the party of diversity and inclusion, and it's just unfathomable that he would discriminate against pro-life Democrats and not include us in the big tent of the Democratic Party. So the first thing we're asking of Chairman Harrison is we want a clear statement from him saying that with inclusive language for pro-life Democrats in the party, saying we are a big tent party, we include pro-life Democrats, we encourage pro-life Democrats to run, we will no longer discriminate against pro-life Democrats who want to run for office. Pro-life Democrats should not have to change their position on this very important issue to run for office. So second, we want to return to the 50-state strategy. You know, when Howard Dean was chairman, we met with him and we talked about the importance of running people for the district. And there are certain districts that are pro-life. And you know whose hands they are in now? Republicans. Those districts that used to be held by Democrats are now in Republican hands. When you look at a state like Arizona, in the past 10 years, we have lost 60% of Democratic seats to Republicans over this issue. So we need to return to the 50-state strategy, look at these districts, find the best person to run for the district, and have them win.
That's right.
We don't want to see Democrats lose to Republicans anymore. We want to win, right?
Yeah!
And the third, and this is important, we want a pro-life community at the DNC. There are all sorts of minority communities represented here, and we need to be one of them. There needs to be a desk inside the DNC with a pro-life Democrat, working with pro-life Democratic candidates, working with pro-life Democratic voters, and representing us here. This is our party, and we demand to be represented in it.
You hear that?
So, can I ask you, let's just do 3 times. We're going to say pro-life for the whole life, so Jamie Harrison can hear us. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Pro-life for the whole life! Pro-life for the whole life! Pro-life for the whole life!
Abortionists themselves, the Democratic abortionists who commit these abortions, will admit that they are ending a life. This is not a right-wing conspiracy. It is not an ideological position. And saying that we want to defend these lives is not radical. What is radical is the Democratic Party's current stance on abortion. Ask any of them. I would like to hear from every single Democratic member of Congress, anyone who dares to run for president, what limits are you willing to place on abortion?
DNC, do your job.
Yes.
When I think of what elected officials are supposed to do, I think of 2 main things. 1, represent their constituents, and 2, elect people into office and help the community elect people who represent us. And when I think of the Democratic Party's position on abortion, that is the exact opposite of what they're doing. Do they represent their unborn constituents? Do they have special committees who give a voice to these minority communities? Do they have people defending the defenseless, the people who literally have no way to stand up for themselves? No, they don't. And that is antithetical to what I believe is a progressive and what I would love to see represented in the Democratic Party. Because in honesty, I'm afraid. My first election, I have the choice between voting against my conscience on both sides. I can't in goodwill vote against people of the LGBTQ community. I can't in goodwill vote against people of color. I can't in goodwill vote against the unborn. So who am I left to vote for? Who have the Democrats left me to vote for?
Hello everyone, my name is Myra Rodriguez. I'm a former Planned Parenthood director and whistleblower. I worked for Planned Parenthood for 70 years. Most of you know my story. I worked there, dedicated my life to their cause, right? Thinking I was helping women. Little did I know that becoming the director of the biggest abortion center in Arizona will open my eyes, my heart, and my mind against abortion. As a Planned Parenthood employee, I was told that you had to be Democrat because being Democrat means being pro-immigrant. I'm an immigrant, I'm Mexican-born. And you cannot be against abortion because being against abortion means being against immigrants. What an idiotic thinking. Because if you cannot protect the unborn of the immigrants, you cannot protect the immigrants. You are not for immigrants when you constantly give money to kill their babies so they can be born. When you constantly give money to foreign countries so they can kill their babies before they're born so we will stop immigration. You cannot be pro-immigrant when you place clinics right on the fields of California so those women working in the field keep having abortion instead of bringing their babies. As a Latin American people, as Mexican, we are pro-family. We like being big families. That's who we are. It's our culture. You cannot stop us and tell us that we should not keep having babies and we need abortion. Women don't need abortion. Mexicans don't need abortion. Immigrants don't need abortion. Women need better choices. That's right. And we don't have to be Democrats and pro-abortion. We can be Democrats and pro-life. Because that's what means being caring for immigrants, being pro-life for the whole life. Yeah. And make no mistake, we will continue to vote pro-life. Thank you.
The majority of Democrats, the vast majority of Democrats, want abortion more restricted than it is today. But the reason that it isn't is because the abortion industrial complex is paying the bills for the Democratic Party. And we will not stand for this as progressives. This industry exploits people every single day in this country. People who are in the most vulnerable positions of their lives. There is seriously something messed up when we believe that justice means that low-income people are allowed to have abortions at a disproportionate rate to the rest of society. This is not progress. Economic justice means recognizing the coercive nature of taxpayer-funded abortion, not seeking to expand it. The DNC's position on abortion is anti-feminist, it's anti-equality, and it's anti-progressive. And Jamie Harrison, you better meet with us, because if you don't, then you are risking everything that this party stands for. How will we seek justice for all of the vulnerable communities that we seek to protect until we have a platform that is winnable? There is no progress without the preborn. We cannot build a better world on a pile of dead babies. And the progressive anti-abortion uprising will not rest until abortion extremism is done in the Democratic Party. Thank you.
I'm an elected official. I am a county commissioner for Kent County. This is my second term. I ran in a 4-person primary and I won by 54%. And guess what? It was because I was pro-life. They didn't help me, even though when I got that D behind my name, you bet they're going to ask me for money. You bet they're going to make sure that I show up to everything that they need me to show up. You bet I'm going to represent them as much as I can. But I can't represent you when you're talking about death, when you're talking about abortion, when you're talking about murder. I refuse to represent that part of the Democratic Party. But I'm going to be me. So you're not going to change me. You're not going to tell me who I can and cannot be. In this party, 1 in 3 Democrats, 1 in 3 Democrats are pro-life. 1 in 3. That's a lot of people. So why are you leaving us on the outside of the big tent? Why? What is the purpose of that? Oh, because you want to keep losing like you just did, right? Because you want to keep losing. Or do you want to win? We are the winning strategy for the party. We are the winning strategy for the party, period. So we need the party to wake up. We need you to pay attention to Democrats for Life, to Rehumanize, to Progressive Alliance. Teresa, what was your...
Progressive anti-abortion, uprising.
There you go. To the progressives, to the LGBTQAI+, we need you to pay attention, period. So, the other thing I want to say is being a woman of color, I have to represent myself, being a woman of color and being a Democrat. You all saw the mass exodus of people of color going to the other party, yes or no? Yes, we did. We have African Americans that are leaving this party in droves. Why? Because they feel the same way that I do. They know that life is important. They believe in the sanctity of life. They know that human life is important. And the party seeks to make sure that they don't exist. They don't care. And they pretty much tell us and show us by not supporting people that they should support so that they can win. They make sure that other people who need to support those individuals get blacklisted. Shame on you, DNC. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, shame on you.
Shame on you! Shame on you!
You can do better. We deserve better as Democrats. We deserve better. And you will give us better. Because we're not going to leave the party. No, we're not going to turn tail and run. Don't think that you're going to get that off that easy. We're not turning tail and run, but we're going to turn up the volume. That's what we're going to do. We're going to turn up the volume, and we're going to work harder than we've ever worked before to save innocent lives. We're going to work harder than ever before to help our party to see that we belong in the tent. Without us, you will lose. Period. So with that being said, we'd like to thank you guys all for being here, and we'd love for you to do videos with John Quinn to the side. He is over there. John, raise your hand. We'd love to do videos with you, but we also would like to invite all of you on behalf of Democrats for Life to Bull Feathers to have pizza with us. Okay, so you guys all join us, and it's our treat. No drinks, but we can't pay for the pizza. Blessings to you all. Thank you.